June the 6th, Commonwealth title on the line at 200 pounds. Cruiserweight, if you're not sure what weight that is, we see Lawrence Okolie 8-0, World Boxing Association Continental Cruiserweight Champion, for what that's worth, against Commonwealth Champion Luke Watkins. Luke has a record of 13 victories, no defeats, no draws, and 9 knockouts. He's been fighting on Channel 5 lately. This will be on Sky. He seems very confident. He's got a good jab. He's a decent boxer, trained by Paddy Fitzpatrick, so he keeps his left hand low after he jabs, and he is catchable, definitely catchable. I don't know how his chin is. I don't want to comment too much on it. He was down against an opponent named Porozovs. He got back up to win by stoppage. Apparently it was a pretty heavy knockdown. He was also rocked by Mike Stafford, who is a relatively light punching cruiser, when he made his first defense of the Commonwealth title. That was late last year. He's going to have to find a way to get close to Okolie to do any damage. I'm not sure if he had the foot speed or athleticism to get in and out and pick Okolie off. I'm not sure if he has that type of talent. Luke will want to keep his belt, so Okolie cannot underestimate this guy. He can't. Alongside Blaze Menduzo, I think his name is, and Isaac, this is his best opponent. So I expect Luke's boxing skills to make this a competitive fight. I do. I wouldn't fancy his chances wrestling with Okolie, who is a physical specimen. Say what you want. And he can wear you down with them wrestling techniques as well, as he did with Isaac Chamberlain. Like I said, Luke has a good jab, but Isaac has more range on the jab than he does. Luke is 6'1". They don't give any measurements on his reach. Okolie is 6'5", and does have long arms. Luke has to keep that right hand up, or it could end very quickly. I've seen a couple of his fights where his right hand is just too low. It's just too low. I expect Okolie to win in front of a packed York Hall. It's a good matchup though. Luke has been on Channel 5 plying his trade, winning his last 4 fights by stoppage. He's a decent hitter. Okolie will have to respect his power. Can't just leave his chin hanging out there. But he's not as explosive as Okolie. I expect a competitive fight, but the bigger, stronger, more explosive Okolie should remain unbeaten and emerge as Commonwealth champion. Should. I'd argue Okolie has more experience fighting in the Olympics against the likes of Erislandy Savon, and going the distance. Previously he was stopped by Erislandy. Many may say that Isaac is Okolie's best opponent. I'd argue and say Blaze Menduo gave Okolie a way better fight than Isaac did. Menduo, former Olympian, decent fighter too, got blown out by Daniel Dubois very early, but he gave Okolie all types of problems. He was slipping Okolie's right hands and fighting him inside and giving him all types of business. I'm not sure if Luke has that type of skill set to work inside. I'm not sure. Points win or stoppage for Okolie late are likely outcomes. It'd be a big shock if Luke can pull it off. It will be, but a very decent step up for Okolie. Okolie has promised no social media beef with Luke Watkins in the run-up to this fight. Previously, him and Isaac Chamberlain had friction at some boxing cards and boxing events here and there, and the fight turned out to be a dud, so it's not a bad thing to focus on the boxing. Social media and tweeting and Instagramming every second is not going to make you a better fighter, in my opinion at least. So focus on your fight, build your name, your reputation, your fame, and get your money that way.